Hello. Mark my fucking words. This is the first and last time this particular genre will ever appear on here. Ever. Briefly touched upon by the creative minds over on Red Letter Media, the film I'm covering this time is J. Robert Wagner's 1979 cult cringe festival, The Disco Godfather. I'm gonna be completely upfront. I fucking hate blaxploitation. I hate it for the reasons that are in my mind completely logical. They're fundamentally racist. No two ways about it, you can argue the merits of this genre to me until you're black in the fucking face. I'll still tell you to go fuck yourself. Predominantly filmed by seedy and exploitative people, most of whom, it can't be ignored, were almost exclusively white. Blaxploitation was a genre targeted towards the drive-in movie crowd, and weirdly enough, the ethnic demographic that it so consistently lampooned. Urban, that's what executives like to call this shit these days. This kind of shit never went away, it just tried to be a little more politically correct. Of course, black people are still exploited within the industry, but these days it's usually confined to certain subgenres, particularly the stoner comedy and the fatsuit movie. Just look at all this fucking garbage. And all of it is targeted towards the so-called urban market. Blaxploitation usually involved people using cultural stereotypes to sell theater tickets. Now you have to remember, this genre thrived back in a time when a working black actor found it extremely hard to find work. Blaxploitation as a genre name suddenly takes on a far more sinister meaning when you consider this. However, this is an argument best left for people who actually give a fuck about this genre. Because I'm not one of them. I'm just glad it's fucking gone.
Hey, God, look at that.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Now, as much as I hate the blaxploitation genre, and its 70s tinge, cigarettes and alcohol stained discotopia, I'm not gonna drone on about how much I hate the thing I'm reviewing, especially considering I chose to spend my time doing this review. That would make me just like all the other so-called internet critics. And by God, they're fucking everywhere. So let's wipe the notion of me even being a critic out of your mind completely. I'm not.
Get a hold of yourself.
I'm a person with an opinion, as is everyone. Now, some critics would argue that criticism is an informed opinion, and that's true to a certain extent. Knowledge of the subject on which you speak is always advantageous. Otherwise, you're just pretty much talking shit. However, you need to remember that all criticism is personal opinion, and nothing more. So in effect, criticism is absolutely fucking pointless, unless of course you tend to share the same thoughts as the person giving the criticism. But even so, two people can watch the same film and walk away with completely different perceptions of it. Why? Because everything you watch is informed by your own personal experiences, and what may resonate with you may not with the person sitting next to you, because they haven't had the same experience as you have. Perspective and perception inform the viewing experience, and no critic that takes themselves seriously would ever admit to this. I'm not a critic, I'm just an asshole. So why am I even telling you this on a show that's dedicated to reviewing film? Seems counterproductive, wouldn't you think? Well, I'm sick and fucking tired of clicking on review after review and hearing the same old thing. Oh, this is the worst film I've ever seen. Why, oh why did you put me through this? No. Why did you put you through this? Stop fucking whining about what you're doing and do what you do. And if that happens to be whining about what it is you're doing, then carry the fuck on. I'm done with the self-righteous always proclaiming how bad other people's work is when the chances are that the people doing the criticism wouldn't be able to do better themselves. The point is, go out there and prove that you can. That being said, this is the worst fucking film in the world. Actually no, The Disco Godfather is not the worst film in the world. It's fucking garbage, don't get me wrong. But it's not the worst film in the world. There's far worse out there than this. What this is, though, is so curiously bad in execution that it's actually entertaining in its own right. This is one of those fabled so bad it's actually good kind of movies. This is a film that actually tries to carry an ethical message, which curiously enough is wrapped in a film that is completely inept and absolutely juvenile in its depiction of its so-called characters. It doesn't carry a plot, and it doesn't really make sense. But neither did many of these morally questionable productions. No, what The Disco Godfather actually has at its core, and why this film is still spoken about today by purveyors of the obscure, is a lead character so strange and poorly performed that it absolutely beggars fucking belief. He's unable to speak his own lines.
Linda, what the hell is going on? What's happening?
Bucky, he was smoking.
Where is Bucky? And what has he had?
He's unable to move in a realistic manner. And he's unable to project any kind of emotion through the medium of conversation.
Angel dust. I told him. He was smoking too much of it.
Glenda, I want you to call an ambulance, and when they get here, I want you to tell them what he has had. You understand?
Basically, he's just unable. He's a crime-fighting disco godfather, and he absolutely hates angel dust. He hates angel dust so much that when a friend of his takes some and has a bad experience at a disco he shouts all over. He goes on the rampage, trying to locate the evil people connected to this deadly outbreak of angel dust.
Names! I want names, you stupid son of a bitch!
Now, fair enough, the message of this film is that drugs are bad. However, I have a hard time buying this message in a film obviously conceived and performed by those on them. I don't know. Just call it a hunch. Now, I would usually give you a brief summary of the plot before going into this review. However, you've already heard all there is. In fact, what I have already described is a little more plot heavy than what this film actually contains. So here we fucking go. Buckle up, take your weight off it, and break out the motherfucking angel dust. 'Cause you're gonna need it, pal. The movie starts with a 5-minute prolonged intro of awful generic disco music. Well, what else did you expect? Then it actually starts in a disco, so guess what? We get another extended period of disco music. Then, like the hero slowly emerging out of the fog, we finally meet our lead, who, as it turns out, likes dramatic entrances.
Is a godfather of the disco. Is a He don't give no slack. We'll boogie all around you. Don't take no shit. It's death on the angels. It's clean to the bone.
Yes, it is.
Let me tell y'all about the
No, you're not dreaming. That just fucking happened. In 1979, disco was still quite popular, so this was just exploiting multiple crazes to convey a muddled message. So, everyone's putting their weight on it.
Alright, everybody out there, keep your weight on it, keep your weight on it, keep your weight on it, keep your weight on it.
When Bucky here decides to take a little angel dust.
I know I'm good. Bucky, get a hold of yourself. Bucky, what has you done to yourself?
No need to talk to him. He's whacked up.
That must be some good shit. Now, Rudy Ray Moore's line delivery is absolutely fucking atrocious in this.
Glenda, what the hell is going on? What's happening?
Bucky, he was smoking it.
Where is Bucky? And what has he had?
Angel dust.
It has to be some of the worst ever committed to film. I've never seen another Rudy Ray Moore film, and I never will. Ever. Simply because nothing will top his so-called performance in this. Nothing. It's an absolute one-of-a-kind.
Get him out of my sight. Get him out of my sight.
If I had to try and describe Rudy Ray Moore's performance in this, I would have to say it's as if Rudy Ray Moore's personality was somehow switched off and replaced with an alien every time the director shouted action and cut. The result is one of the most baffling and astonishing so-called performances you will ever see. Remember, this was not a spoof, nor nodding a wink to the audience. No, this monstrosity was for real. This film is so bad that when you watch it, it's as if you somehow become responsible for its existence. It's like you actually had something to do with the creation of it, and you can't help but look on and think how you could have done a better job yourself. In short, it's cringeworthy. But that's why it's an absolute must-see. So let's find out why. Bucky's now been committed to one of the most astonishing lunatic asylums I've ever seen put on film. Just look at all these amazing and emotive performances. They fucking nailed it. I buy it. I believe they're all fucking nuts.
Now this kid is totally withdrawn from reality. He thinks he's an unborn caterpillar. Claims he's safer than being human.
Bucky, meanwhile, is having a nightmarish fever dream involving basketball and guns.
Bucky, hold on to yourself. Hold on to yourself.
However, he manages to gain consciousness long enough to tell the disco godfather that he'll be alright.
Bucky, just like the doctor said, you have always been the best. I want you to take care of yourself.
I'll be okay. Don't worry. I'll be okay.
See you tomorrow.
And with that, the disco godfather now has a reason to exist. Angel Dust will pay.
What's bugging you, man?
Angel dust. That's what's bugging me. See if you players can ball that.
Angel dust? Huh. That's kid stuff.
And it will pay with all kinds of awkward acting, choreography, and atrocious line delivery.
I'm an instrument of the oldest profession there is. And in my business, nobody go around making zombies out of kids on the street.
Well, as to Meeker, I'm sure you read about her. She's a big dope dealer from back east. She whacked out one day. She invited her family over for dinner one day and served a 4-month-old baby on a silver platter with all the stuff. She had roasted the child in an oven.
How? And why? Excuse me, man.
So, the disco godfather's first stop is to meet up with his old friends, the cops.
Knock off the bullshit, fellas. Where's the lieutenant?
Oh, he's around someplace.
Yes, of course he's an ex-cop. Haven't you seen Shaft?
Hey, Lieutenant. Hey, look who's here.
He wants information on, yeah, you guessed it, Angel Dust.
What's on your mind?
This angel dust thing.
Oh, that.
Frank, it's killing our kids. Bucky's in the hospital and his head is all screwed up, man.
Look out. When Tucker says he's gonna get to the bottom of it, he means just that. We can all take a lesson from him.
Just stick to the rules, Tucker, huh? And act as a reserve. Will you do that for me?
I'll keep in touch. See you later.
Then we get the grim foreboding of the hell that's to come.
There's only 3 things you can do to that man to really get him uptight. And one of them is to mess with his family. He's gonna turn over every stone in this city until he finds the main man. When he does, hell is gonna break loose.
Wait, what the fuck? They cut from that to this? Who edited this? Flavor Flav? A transition that bad takes a special level of incompetence to pull off. Well done. Oh, Jesus, it's still fucking going. Is this ever gonna end? Meanwhile, the disco Godfather has an appointment with a halfway decent actress, who, by the end of her first line, appears to realize the kind of movie she's actually in, and gives up.
Oh, there's my boss, Tucker. Tuck, this is your 10 o'clock appointment. Tucker Williams, Ellen Davis, Sun News.
Pleased to meet you. We waited about an hour, then decided to go ahead and do the interview with Noelle, and she's been very informative. This is quite a place you've got here, Mr. Williams. It'll really enhance my article on the disco dance craze, you know, why it's happening. Is there anything you'd like to add?
And what could this appointment possibly be about? Well, angel dust, of course, and he's gonna come down on the suckers that are producing this shit.
Yes, Miss Davis, I want you to put something in your article about this angel dust craze. The mess that's going around that is destroying our young people. Because I'm personally going to join the citizens and come down on the suckers that's producing this shit.
Told ya.
Can I quote you on that? This is great. I've got to go, but I'm going to get this on the front page.
Some lady, huh? She's going to be an asset to us.
In the meantime, the disco Godfather is going to see if he can make contact with his snitch friends.
In the meantime, I'm going to see if I can make some contact with my snitch friends.
So he tracks down and beats the shit out of his snitch friends.
Tom! Who sent you? Tom! Who sent you? But they said it's about to fall aside, no, I swear! Name! I want names, you stupid
And
son of a
fucking whack! So they end up beating the shit out of him, and they make a hasty retreat. The disco Godfather wakes up bloodied, bruised, but not defeated. Angel Dust will pay, just not today. Enter the bad guy.
Tell him to call back later. I'm having a press conference. This is important.
Oh yeah, your brother's fucking a cat again.
I'll be back shortly.
Wait a minute.
I'll be right back. Doomsday, open up that bar. Let's keep that press conference.
The disco Godfather's been sticking his fingers in all the wrong places. And eventually, this guy got one up his ass, and he isn't happy about it. Welcome to the Angel Dust Factory.
What you got?
I'm 15,000.
How about you?
6 gallons.
Production is closed down until all this stuff is delivered and sold. Do you understand? Yes, sir.
Oblivious to the dangers that await him, the disco Godfather is about to put on a show.
Paul, it's showtime, and we're gonna knock 'em dead.
Are you ready for the show? It is now showtime. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor, the disco skate dancers. Give them a great round of applause.
Disco skating. Great. Just great. That's exactly what I want to see. They must have just put this in here because they wanted to show it. There's no reason for this to exist. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't take much more of this. No, that's enough. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break from this and have a look at Rudy Ray Moore's music career. Yes, apparently he had one. So, what do we got? Merry Christmas, Baby. Okay. This Pussy Belongs to Me. What the fuck? Okay, moving on. So, let's check out the main event.
Right now, this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the floor a young man that needs no introduction at all. Right now, it's not a man, Disco Godfather. Give him a great round of applause.
Yes, our first show tonight.
What the hell is he wearing? What the hell is that?
Tomorrow night our first show will take place in the Imperial Room. Yes, we have 2 big rooms that you can disco in 7 nights a week with the old Godfather repertoire. All right, out there, brothers and sisters, one more time. Put your weight on it, put your weight on it, put your weight on it, put your weight on it.
Okay, that's enough of this. So people continue to put their weight on it for literally 20 minutes. When the Disco Godfather has an important meeting with Angels Against Dust.
Both have the same goals. If we can join forces, then a fight against Angel Dust would definitely be strengthened.
That's a good point, young ladies. But I think I'll have to deal with it more tomorrow. I do like your organization.
If you could just give us a commitment now, we'll certainly feel better about it.
No, these young ladies are from...
I know, don't tell me. Let me guess. These ladies are Angels Against Dust. So did you tell them you give them your full support? If not, girls, we're with you 100%. As a matter of fact, I have a spot right out front, and we'll talk about it after the show. We'll be waiting.
He also wants the names of all the people who want to go on a crusade against, yeah, you guessed it, Angel Dust.
After the doctor finishes his speech, I want you and the girls to go to the door and take the names of all the people who would like to go on the crusade against Angel Dust.
Told ya.
Because we are going to attack the whack.
Oh yeah, he is going to attack that whack. So watch out, Jack. So, how do you follow a scene with as much power as that? Well, naturally you cut to an exorcism.
I believe the sun, yes, will shine once more.
Hear me, Jesus, hear me.
I believe the sun.
Because that's how you cure Angel Dust.
Once more.
You exorcise people.
Now we believe, we won't doubt. Yes, we believe, trust in God. I believe the sun.
Ugh, get the fuck out of my face. So, I know what you're thinking. How the hell do you transition from that? Well, obviously you transition to a political rally.
Thank you, Councilman Watson. I would like to remind everybody again, if you know any known drug dealers, any PCP dealers, please call us at 382-9749. It will be held strictly confidential. We want to whack the attack against Angel Dust. Michelle Stewart, who has come in from San Francisco to tell us about a traumatic experience that she had there. Michelle.
Before I introduce Dr. Fred to you,
Cut your
I would
fucking
just like
hair,
to say
hippie.
a word about the terrible drug called Angel Dust.
Meanwhile, back over at Angel Dust HQ.
Come in. Good thing we decided to get rid of Tucker. You see this? I tell you, he's got full front page even, and he's just starting. Let me see that. So he thinks I'm an asshole, does he?
Yeah, he definitely thinks you're an asshole. Well, I wonder what the Disco Godfather's up to.
Hold up Thursday until Friday. Not to bury Saturday
Oh,
on Sunday.
they're dancing again.
Cause I want you right back here to ball and groove with me. All right, everybody, let's get together and put your weight on it. Put your weight on it, put your weight on it, put your weight on it.
Holy shit. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure this guy's just had a hemorrhage. But shit's about to go down in Disco Town. And somehow the lieutenant magically appears out of nowhere. So the lieutenant turns up to warn the Godfather that his ass is on the line.
You know your ass is on the line, Tucker. You know that.
So what else is new?
So stay out of it. You got a career going, a solid business. Now, what more could you ask for? Guys dream about what you're getting. I don't get you.
I don't get me either.
Yeah, that makes 3 of us, pal. Let's check back in with Bucky.
How could I do this to myself?
Don't worry, Buck. You'll get another crackhead.
Ooh, I wouldn't mention crack around him. Bucky's not the only victim, though. The dramatic toll that angel dust is taking on everyone is especially harsh on the doctors.
Where are you, mister? Are you with us or just in our mind?
Poor guy. I guess he'll just have to make do with the fact that he's a fucking doctor. Meanwhile, the Disco Godfather is meeting up with an old friend.
You been taking care of yourself?
I've been fine. Just fine.
Paul, old Bob's got a dog around here. I believe it's a year older than him. Where's she at? I know she's under here. Sheila! Sheila! I know you under there. Come out, Sheila.
No need in calling Sheila. Tuck. She left me a few months back. Yeah, that old bitch finally left me. I miss her, too. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm real sorry, Bob. You know I grew up with that old dog.
Oh, that sucks. Way to suck the life out of the fucking party, pal. Ladies and gentlemen, the Black Al Pacino.
Now you got two of my men, so you have me to deal with, or you get out.
Now what could I possibly say to add to something that's as fucking atrocious as that?
How do you get off coming here busting up my party? You ain't in the game no more. And I don't owe you nothing, man. You understand? Nothing.
So the Black Al Pacino happens to keep the Black Bruce Lee just on standby. You know, in case there's any shit.
Now you got two of my men, so you have me to deal with, or you get out.
The Disco Godfather wants information. He wants information on angel dust. But the Black Al Pacino here, he can't help.
What's bugging you, man?
Angel dust. That's what's bugging me. See if you players can ball that.
Angel dust? Huh. That's kid stuff. I'm an instrument of the oldest profession there is. And in my business, nobody go around making zombies out of kids on the street. It's not my thing, man. But since you're on the whack, any information I get, I'll make sure I turn it on to you.
Oh, this guy can deliver the shit out of dialogue. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but he's either a comedic genius or an imbecile. Unfortunately for the Black Al Pacino, the Disco Godfather ends up finding his stash of drugs. And, in typical fashion, he does what only the Disco Godfather could do. He attacks that whack, leaving the Black Al Pacino
Excuse me, man.
and his high-class friends to sniff up the crack off the floor. Living up to his name as a champion of the streets, the Disco Godfather decided to buy that old bastard a dog.
This is your new home, girl. It ain't much, but you'll surely like old Bob.
Meanwhile, over at Angel Dust HQ, the Prince Tribute Act here is busy showing off to his drug-dealing friends.
See, what I'm trying to say is, come with me and we can all live like this. Let's show the big leagues that we can compete, that we're not losers. I'm giving you the chance that they wouldn't. I want to make you superstars. Now think about it. If you decide my lawyer's right through those doors, they're in my den, waiting.
Waiting? Waiting for what? That sounded almost perverse. What the hell have you got in there? A fucking gimp? Yeah, he's got another cat again.
Hey, enjoy yourself, man. I'll be back shortly. Come on, do the thing.
They caught him outside of school. He was fucking a kitten, man. What did I tell you? Do you remember what I told you? If he gets a cat, he screws a cat. Stop buying him cats. Meanwhile, at a game of strip poker.
Who is it? Betty who? I don't know no Betty, man. What the hell you want? Man, open the door. I got some money for her. Right, freeze! Anybody move gets his afro blown off.
Well, I told them.
It's a good game, gentlemen. Why don't you come in and join us?
Bullshit, I can smell it. Search the place.
After searching the place, naturally, they turn up jack shit. They're not too happy about it either. Meanwhile, back over at the Godfather's.
Shit!
Tucker, what's the matter, darling? It's that Angel just seems to get you all keyed up again.
Oh, it keeps pounding, pounding, pounding in my brain. Shit!
He just can't let it go. Angel Dust is going to pay.
Oh, no, no, no!
Remember that old guy with the dog? Well, he's fucking dead. And now, all hell is going to break loose.
Frank, there's something about this whole thing that's bugging me.
So, for a few moments, they discuss the possibility of there being an insider leak, when the lieutenant comes up with an absolutely incredible idea.
If it is a leak, let's plug it all up at once.
Well, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Oh yeah, there's a fucking leak, you idiot! So anyway, they've caught the old guy that killed the old guy.
Well, Kimbo, look like we got you for good this time. I'm going to personally see that you are locked up and the key is thrown away forever! You decrepit old stupid son of a bitch!
I'll be back on the streets tomorrow.
And then...
Booking this one for sales and being under the influence. Solar charm and high quality.
I know this kid.
How's Bucky, Tucker? Is he all right?
He's all right. It's not your fault.
But it is. You understand? I did it for the money.
Richard, you're not making sense.
It's the shaman.
Richard! Talk to me!
Nobody but me. His best friend. Stinger. He gave me $5 to get Bucky to smoke. I did it.
Get him out of my sight. Get him out of my sight.
The Godfather and the Chief Lieutenant hitch a clever plan to sniff out the leak.
There's only one way we can find out, Frank. It's to set him up.
You're on.
Yeah.
Did I wake you?
No, it's okay. What's up?
That Angel Dust factory on 43rd. We're gonna hit it tonight. I need all the backup I can get.
I thought that was tomorrow night. This is my night off.
Sorry about that. We'll give you double time for tonight. And tomorrow you can take the day off and sleep it off. Meet me there in about an hour.
Shit. Yeah, okay.
What's the matter, dear?
Nothing. Go back to sleep. Yeah, this is Kilroy. Clean up quick, my friends will be there in an hour.
So they wait for him to turn up and ask him to turn in his gun and badge. But they don't want him to explain a thing.
What the hell is this, Lieutenant? I thought you needed me. Hello, Tucker.
Kilroy.
Why, Gil? Give me your gun and shield now. Don't try to explain.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was some absolutely superb cop work. Oh, he's dead. I take back what I just said. So let's find out what the King of the Angel Dust thinks of this.
Yeah. Dead.
Stop looking over here.
Oh, wait. Did he talk?
Yeah, the dead don't tend to talk.
Go all the way on Tucker. Today. No more fucking around with him.
Sir, you told us to bake him a cake.
Look, I know what I said yesterday. This is today. He's had it.
So the Godfather's going about his business when this happens.
I don't have time.
Yeah, well, you better make time.
Meet the worst hitman in the history of cinema.
Don't try no shit, man. Get around. Come on, move it. Come on, move it. Get the car, motherfucker. Did Stinger send you, man?
Real smart boy, ain't ya? Just like that old man friend of yours. He was a smart boy too, but he had a big mouth.
So this crazy-eyed Indiana Jones-looking wannabe kidnaps the Disco Godfather and takes him on a long ride. Meanwhile, the chief lieutenant's at the disco club, and he's got a clever idea.
Lieutenant Hayes, Metro Squad, give me the DA. We'll call him in Florida, little lady. I'll wait.
What are you doing?
It's called rushing the system. My friend is out there, alone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you need to brace yourselves for what's about to follow. Notice he has a gun in his hand. So what does he decide to do? He decides to use a whip.
I could have killed you back there, asshole. That's how I get my nut off.
This guy is absolutely retarded.
All right, I want you to get down for me.
Stupid son of a bitch.
All right, come to bed.
You stupid son of a bitch.
You stupid son of a bitch.
Meanwhile, at Angel Dust HQ, they're having a really bad day.
You mustn't need the drink.
What about the stuff in storage? We can't possibly have it.
Turn it off.
Burn it for what? Will we blow sky high?
I said burn it.
Hey, Bucky's still alive. And he's not happy that the Disco Godfather's just been kidnapped.
Where's Tucker? Oh, Lucky, man. Come on, man, don't bullshit me. I already got the word.
So, man, it happened so fast. What can we do?
You let my uncle get snatched right from under your noses?
It's gonna be all right, man. We're gonna get him back.
So, from here on out, he's gonna call the shots.
It ain't up to you no more. I'm calling the shots from here on in.
Bucky, let us deal with it.
Yeah, that's right. A basketball player is gonna tell the cops what to do.
Alright, I'll ride with you.
Meanwhile, back over at Angel Dust HQ,
We've got to get rid of everything. I'm a restricted businessman in this community.
but then...
He's alone. That's what I call balls.
That's right, the Disco Godfather's coming to fuck him up. But first, he needs to beat this guy, and this guy, and this guy. And just when it looked like he was about to get his ass thoroughly kicked, this happens.
Hey, what's happening, man? You need some help?
This is an angel dust factory.
Angel dust.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Well, let's kick ass then.
I can dig it.
I guess he just really hates Angel Dust. So the Disco Godfather and his new random sidekick defeat the Angel Dust hobos, and he makes his way into the Angel Dust compound. But not before thanking Howard, the random sidekick.
Thanks, Howard. I'm going in for Stinger. You take care of these jokers out here.
That he's never met before. So he really shouldn't know his name. Never mind. And he's in. Surely, nothing else is gonna stand in the Disco Godfather's way. Oh. Who the fuck is this?
Your heroics amaze me, Mr. Tucker. May I give you doomsday? He has yet to lose to anyone, man or beast.
Damn!
Wow, that's a hell of a facial tick you got there, pal. Holy shit, it's Bucky! Here he comes, in his silver jacket. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Is he retarded? Meanwhile, back in the Angel Dust office HQ.
Everyone! We're being invaded! Stop them!
Oh, it sucks to be you, pal. What in the hell are these two doing? Okay, in case anybody missed anything, the Disco Godfather has now been captured and he's being force-fed angel dust by that retarded gimp.
Do you like my angel dust, Mr. Tucker? Sweet dreams.
Take this mask off! Take it off! Take it off! I'll break your damn neck! Take this mask off! Take it off! Take it off! Okay, okay. Shit! Angel dust!
And now, he's free. But, unfortunately, he's fucked up on angel dust. Really fucked up on space dust. Good fucking lord, this man needs rehab stat.
Got to be in my mind. Thanks for the dog, Tucker. Bob? Mama? Mama? What are you doing here, Mama? No, Mama, what you doing here?
Well, you get the point. Meanwhile, at Angel Dust HQ, random lady turns up and calls Stinger a child murderer and tells him she won't side with the devil. You know, because it makes sense.
Stinger, tell me it isn't true. What are you
Yeah, what are you doing there? Who the fuck are you?
Stinger, bad things. Angel Dust, why?
I don't have time for this shit yet.
It's all over for us now, Stinger. I won't side with the devil, you child murderer.
Oh, here comes Bucky and that guy.
How the hell you think you stay up in that big house, all the cars and all the money and all them bullshit dance lessons? It's the only way.
That's right, it's the only way. Dealing angel dust is the only way to get fancy cars and dance lessons. Meanwhile, the Disco Godfather is still dealing with his little problem.
Got to be in my mind. Oh, no.
Okay, back over to Angel Dust HQ it is then. And Stinger's just seen Bucky. And he's about to fuck off. Whoops. Okay, so after all this time, we're finally getting to the grand finale. How on earth is this epic going to conclude itself?
Mama? Oh, Mama, I'm so sorry, Mama. I'm sorry. Don't worry, baby. Mama? Mama, no, Mama, that's not right. Mama loves you. Mama loves you. Love me, Tucker. That's not right, Mama. Hey, Betty, what are you doing? Always hated you. Tucker. Hate you. Love me. I hate you. I hate you, Aunt Betty. I hate you. 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 I hate you.
Well, Stinger magically manages to run straight into the Godfather's crazy drug hands, and then he strangles him to death in a rage fueled by angel dust. He then appears to turn into Blanca out of Street Fighter 2. Don't know why, but he does.
You're not my mother. You're not my mother. You're not my mother. Uncle Tucker.
Then Bucky comes in to help.
You'll kill him. Uncle Tucker, no, it's Bucky, Uncle Tucker. Bucky, when did you get out of the hospital? Oh, Uncle Tucker, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. All my fault.
The lieutenant magically appears.
It's all right. Call an ambulance. We gotta get him to the hospital fast.
Take your hands off of me! No! You're not taking me nowhere!
the Disco Godfather loses his fucking mind, and then... What? Are you fucking kidding me? No, of course you're not. Well, I would usually give you a brief summary, but, well, you've just witnessed it yourself. So that's the end. I guess, Angel Dust won. Now, this has gone on long enough already. However, before I go, I would like to mention one thing. During the making of this, I discovered that Rudy Ray Moore sadly passed away in 2008. So before anyone complains that I'm mocking the work of someone who is no longer around to defend themselves, I'd just like to say, you're absolutely right, I am. However, I think this world would be a slightly duller place without the Disco Godfather, and most especially without Rudy Ray Moore. So, Rudy, wherever you are, thank you for making this film. Rest in peace, my friend. Well, if you enjoyed this, please rate it, leave a comment, or subscribe, and I hope you can join me next time when I review the fucking shit out of... Yeah, that's right. It's fucked up. Now get the fuck out of my face.